Hello, my friends! How's everybody doing today? I am very sorry for starting so late today.
To him, to Desmond.
I had a super late start with getting everything taken care of today before starting streaming, so...
When that was done, he trained. He used
I'm
another
sorry!
ancestor to
No, we're not supposed to be watching that just yet. The music for this game is absolutely intense. Sounds like we're running out of time or something. So, I guess we should probably get started, yes? Possibly? Check a couple of things. Sound doing okay, Malachi, since you're there? I don't have sound monitoring up on my side. It looks like Elgato's a little bit loud to me, but it could be. Party! Thank you for this.
Party.
Thank you for the resub. I forgot I had it so where it would read it too. Okay, so how is sound? I think I might need to turn Elgato down a little bit. Whoopsies. Yeah, that voice though. Okay, sounds fine. Okay, cool. I wanted to make sure that it didn't sound too loud. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. She sounds more excited than the male voice that was there, though. The male voice was even more just... no. I don't need to register for that shit. The Uplay servers are down. They don't have them anymore. We're gonna play the story, obviously. Starting new game with my normal save is fine.
Used to be when people talked about the end of the world, we locked them up. Or laughed them off. Sometimes both. But we
Hey,
never
Mo.
took them seriously. Maybe we should have. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Better to start at the beginning, with the abduction of Desmond Miles.
Not much either.
My son. This boy had no ambition, no direction, no plans for the future. What he did have was a heritage, one he chose to deny. It nearly cost him his life. He was captured and imprisoned. Those who took him believed he could help them find something. The apple. One of several artifacts we call pieces of Eden. Bits of ancient technology scattered across the globe. Some hidden, some found, all of them dangerous. Most are held by a single group, the same group that now had Desmond. You know them as Abstergo Industries. We know them as the Templars, as the enemy. We've been fighting them for thousands of years, even longer if you believe the stories of their origins. I do. After all, I've seen the truth. That's the beauty and the horror of the Animus. A device that allows us to enter and experience the lives of our ancestors. It holds the power to change everything, to show us history the way it really happened. Up until its creation, to the victor went the spoils, went the truth. We're trying to fix that, to free minds and bodies both. But there's only so much that we can do, and the Templars have the upper hand these days. But something larger than the Assassins and Templars is approaching, bigger than all of us. And if we can't find a way to stop it, these next few weeks will probably be our last. Everyone's last. In the end, it all comes down to him. To Desmond. Through the Animus, he discovered his heritage, explored the lives of his ancestors, and uncovered their secrets. When that was done, he trained. He used another ancestor to provide decades of experience in the span of a few days. It worked. We think. We hope. Soon, though, soon we'll know. That ominous date fast approaches, December 21st, 2012. None of us knows what it'll bring, only that this is where they want us to be, when it does. They've been guiding us in their own fractured, frustrating way. These voices from the first civilization, the ones who came before, a precursor race of immense power and uncertain motives. They're the ones who made the pieces of Eden. This is where they've led him, and through him, us. He stands at the entrance to this long-lost place, armed with the knowledge of Altair and the abilities of Ezio. He holds in his hands the apple of Eden, and we stand at his side, ready to support him however we can. His name is Desmond Miles, and he has brought us to the end.
The truck's a bit bouncy. But yeah, I've only seen a little bit of the game so far.
We're here.
It sounds like it's pretty. We are indeed here.
Let's go.
Where is here exactly, though? They never did show where we were going. Really? That's bull. I want to know where here is. Not even allowed to run right now. Oh, the trees aren't big enough to be redwoods. And there's birch trees. So I'm thinking oak and birch. And some evergreens. They had dogwood, I would know for sure it was up north, but there's none that I can see, so... It kind of looked like Mount Rushmore area. What? Okay, no quoting Mass Effect there, sir. It's a good thing I don't have non-English blocked on this channel, isn't it, Malachi?
In another moment, down went Alice after it, never once considering how in the world she was to get out again.
One of my favorite books, Alice in Wonderland. Alright. Okay. They're just rushing things right along in this game. Should have known from the beginning of it that everything was gonna be run, run, run. Hey, Oblivion! Ah, now I can run. And like full tilt, not even a jog, but like haul ass. Alright, okay, we'll trigger the door. Maybe. Sir Blinn, thank you for the host.
I think we're here.
I don't know, I kind of thought it was Mount Rushmore at first. So, we'll just go with that. Whee! Well, I lost my light stick. Yeah, I know. He already told us we're here. But they didn't know for sure if it was actually here or if we were gonna have to leave and go somewhere else. It's just where things popped up in the Animus while I was knocked out, trying to get my brain back together. Definitely somewhere, though. What is... It looks like there's a whole bunch of obsidian in here. Which would make sense from what we saw at the end of the other one. There was, volcanic stuff going on. Okay. Poke it, Desmond, see what happens. Oh hey look, it looks like something from when we were putting his brain together. One of the things he had to grab. Lord. Oh, looks like some sort of portal. Or a lock.
The key. You must find the key.
Son?
Sir.
Here we go again.
Yep, there he goes.
Desmond?
Do you hear us?
Yeah. What happened?
The temple triggered a bleeding effect. You collapsed and entered into a fugue state.
So naturally, you dropped me into the Animus instead of, I don't know, making sure I was okay.
Hey, Autobots.
You weren't in any danger. Besides, the temple appeared to be communicating with you, and I didn't want to risk severing the connection. At least not until we knew what it wanted.
Right. Of course.
Son,
No, it's fine. I get it. And I know what I'm looking for, by the way. It's a key. Just no idea where it is, though. I guess that's why she triggered the bleeding effect.
She?
Juno, I think.
Juno, Dad. She's talking
Yep,
to me.
Juno. Okay.
Okay, Desmond. While you were, visiting Constantinople, we picked up a software update for the Animus. I'd like to run a couple of quick tests, make sure there aren't any major issues.
All right. What do you need me to do?
We'll start simple. Walk to the marker over there. Okay, Desmond. Let's practice climbing on these objects.
He climbs so much different than anybody else. Kinda like that every one of them is different. Or you can do that. That works too. That's not what I was planning on doing.
Run your way through this little obstacle course.
Whee! Whew. Hey, that was a fun slide.
That's a constraint. These are optional objectives that raise your synchronization rate. Alright, Desmond. Follow the on-screen instructions and kill the 2 Templars. All you have to do here is jump the gap.
Okay. Hmm. Good job, Desmond. He's quite a bit touchier. So have you been Autobots?
Synchronization levels look good now. We should be able to build the world. Time to find out what the temple wants from you.
At least we're building it backwards. Or doing it backwards. This time. I'm hijacked into the temple, so the Animus is working around that. Trying to see what the temple wants from me.
Sir. Everything all right, sir?
Yes, fine. I'm just preoccupied, that's all.
Don't forget your invitation. Master Birch will be meeting you inside.
Thank you.
Where shall I retrieve you once you're done?
Front of the Opera House. And be quick about it. Don't expect to be here long.
I'll bring her round at once.
Okay, well. At least that's rendered.
Invitation, please. Shall I take your coat, sir?
Nope, we're good, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are requested to kindly find your seats.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay. Okay.
Expanded something fierce with odd bilious bursts, then blew itself all over the oven.
Theatre Royale. You might hear this referred to as Covent Garden, which it faces, or the Royal Opera House, which it later became, However, this is the original Theatre Royal building, opened in 1732, destroyed by fire in 1808. It will be rebuilt, then destroyed by fire again in 1857, and then almost completely renovated in the 1990s. They've installed a smoke detector this time. The original theater lineup was varied, containing ballet, operas, even acrobatics. Many of Handel's operas opened here right up until his death in 1759 when he mysteriously stopped writing them. But the building was mainly used for presenting plays, at least for the first 100 years of its history. The reason? It held the exclusive rights to perform spoken drama in London, awarded by King Charles II. Yes, kings could do that, though why they would is beyond me. Okay. Recent entries. This is telling about what happened during 2 Brotherhood and Revelations. I like the little blurbs from our friends. He was terrific at jumping too. Yeah, you do have issues with not multitasking. If you don't multitask, you fall asleep. And this is about Altair. I'm just scanning through these to make sure I didn't miss anything while we were playing the other games. Okay. One of the things that made Altair such a deadly assassin was something we now call eagle vision, a kind of sixth sense inherited from the first civilization. It allowed him to read his enemies and surroundings in a way that goes beyond what the human eye can see. Of course, you'll know more about that than me. Can't believe I just typed that. Because it's in your blood and that's part of why you're here. Well, let's be honest. You knew you weren't here because of my enduring affection or warm and passionate cuddles. That had to be, the red-headed guy that put that. Okay. So we're in England right now.
Good evening, sir. This way, please.
Oh. He's just scooting on by already.
Evening, Hatham.
Reginald?
I can't tell you how happy I was to hear they'd mounted this revival. Gay's best work by far. Have you seen it before?
Once. My father brought me here as a child. Though I remember little of it. I don't suppose tonight will afford me the luxury of a proper viewing either.
No, I'm afraid it won't. On to business then. Do you see him?
Okay, what button am I pushing for Eagle Vision this time? Hold on, who's Reginald Birch? Oh, you dick. Reginald Birch was a London merchant, the son of another London merchant who, conveniently enough, also had the last name Birch. It seems it was one of those hard to put your finger on things that ran in the family. No duh. Birch started in business for himself at an early age. By the time he was in his mid-20s, he'd already owned several merchant ships, mainly dealing with the tea trade to the American colonies. It would make sense if it was in the Black Rock Mountains then, where we are right now. That's pretty good going, seeing as by the time most people are in their mid-20s, they don't even own a shirt. I have him as part owner of the Providence, among others. Later in life, Birch also owned several businesses in and around London. He was a member of White's, which was a posh gentleman's club in London and generally well known and respected man about town. What I can tell, Birch met Haytham Kenway while working for his father Edward. They were introduced at White's while Haytham was still quite young. Birch would eventually take over Haytham's education, tutoring him while on tour of Europe in the 1730s. From what we've seen in the Animus, it seems their friendship continued into adulthood, with them working together as members of the Assassins. Okay. Connor is easier to say than his Native American name, unfortunately.
A lawyer is an honest employment. So is mine. Like me too, he acts in a double capacity.
He's seated in one of the boxes above.
The stairs are watched. We'll need to find another way up.
Since we live by him.
I already have.
More that sick word of trial comes on in the afternoon, and she hopes you will order matters so as to bring her off.
As the wench is very active and industrious, you may satisfy her that I'll soften the evidence.
Okay, am I going this way?
Sir, is found
1,000
A
pounds.
lazy dog.
So sorry.
When I took him to time
Stay seated.
I told him what it would come to if he did not mend his hand. This is death without reprieve. I may venture to book him. For Tom Gag, £40. Let Betty Sly know I'll save her from the transportation. I can get more by her
I like how nobody actually really pays attention to what's... Oh, come on.
And in truth, 'tis a pity to lose so good a customer.
Love how nobody really pays attention to what's going on.
Live at 12 months longer. I love to let women escape.
Although the theater is kind of dark, so...
Besides, here the law allows us no reward. There is nothing to be got by the death of women.
I have to be even more, like, precise with the controls. I'm already crap with not pulling left. This is gonna suck.
She hath trained up more young fellows to the business than the gaming table.
Truly, Filch, thine observation is right. We and the surgeons are more beholden to women than all the profession.
Do.
Tis woman that seduces all mankind. Like her we first were taught the weakling of. Her very eyes can cheat when those is told. She tricks us of our money with her heart. Tis woman that seduces all mankind. Like her we first were taught the weakling of. Her very eyes can cheat when those she is told. She tricks us of our money with her heart. Order like fools like dice, we round for pride, and practice every sword to drive.
Well, that's gonna be annoying.
The love like law are one by eye. Here it must be feeding to our hearts. Order like fools like dice, we round for pride, and practice every sword to drive the sword. The love like law are one by eye. And here it must be feeding
I've got a bit of stage fright.
A little Dutch courage up the blooming cheek.
The Beggar's Opera? Beggar's Opera opened in London in 1728. Its musical, one of the earliest ever created, was written by John Gay, a writer and friend of both Alexander Pope and Jonathan Swift, two of the prominent literary figures of the day. The opera was both popular and controversial. Popular partly because it was an excellent skewering of Italian opera, which was very popular at the time. However, instead of complicated Italian songs, the Beggar's Opera featured folk tunes that the audience could recognize, meaning you could hum along even if you didn't know Italian. It was controversial because of the subject matter. It's set in the Newgate prison, and the main characters are all criminals, who act much like the upper classes. It was a send-up of the British nobility, including veiled criticism of the head of government, neither of whom traditionally have a sense of humor. I've never met a queen who liked a knock-knock joke. Actually, I've never met a queen. The Beggar's Opera was accused of being a base form of entertainment, and because its main characters were criminals, accused of causing increase in crime. It's nice to see that criticism isn't just for movies and video games. Bloody opera, corrupting our kids. Everything is corrupting our kids, from toys to comic books to apparently the opera and stuff nowadays.
My friends know what I intend. Well, I love to make them easy one way or other.
When a gentleman is long penitence may break his spirit ever after. Besides, certainty gives a man a good air upon his trial, and makes him risk another without fear or scruple. But all away, for 'tis a pleasure to be the messenger of comfort to friends in affliction.
But 'tis now high time to look about me for a decent execution. Against next session. I ain't a lazy rogue by whom one can get nothing till he's hanged.
Can I go over, please? Thank you.
Crook-fingered Jack.
Thank you.
A year and a half in the service. Let me see how much the stock owes to his industry. 1.
Haytham. You should have come to me. We would have found another way.
Yes. But then you would have known. For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
As am I.
Okay, we need to get out of here before the alarm's raised, because it ain't gonna be quiet. It's not gonna be quiet very much longer, I'm sure. And there it is.
Come on, please. Over there. That's the one. That man there. See,
Oh.
In the upper balconies.
Oh my.
I've done no wrong. I swear. Anywhere else? I beg your pardon. No pushing, please. Patience, please. Let us through. Order. We must have order.
Alright, we're gonna go this way while everybody freaks out.
It happened right in that balcony.
Like how they tackled the one guy that was like right in front of me. Got really lucky there, I think.
Move! Move! We must have order. Imbecile. Where are you going?
Everyone exit the theater in a calm and orderly fashion. There we go.
And how was the opera?
Rather dull, truth be told.
Shall we be off then?
Aye. To Fleet and Bride.
By your command.
Okay, it's a serpent eating its tail. It looks more like Egyptian symbols than not.
Fascinating. Gentlemen, I hold in my hand a key. And if this book is to be believed, it will open the doors of a storehouse built by those who came before.
Ah, yes. Those who ruled, reigned, and vanished from the world. Do we know what it is that will be held within?
It could contain certain knowledge. Perhaps a weapon, or something as yet unknown, unfathomable in its construction and purpose. It could be any of these things, or none of them.
It could just be an empty room.
They are still an enigma, these precursors. But of one thing I am certain. Whatever waits behind those doors shall prove a great boon to us all.
Or our enemies, should they find it first.
They won't. You've seen to that.
I assume you know where this storehouse is?
Ah, Mr. Harrison.
Gentlemen,
How fare your calculations?
I believe the site lies somewhere within this region.
That's a lot of ground to cover.
My apologies. Were that I could be more accurate.
That's all right. It suffices for a start. And that is why we've called you here, Master Kenway. We'd like for you to travel to America, locate the storehouse, and take possession of its contents.
I'm yours to command. Although a job of this magnitude will require more than just myself.
Could be laundry.
Upon this paper are the names of 5 men sympathetic to our cause. Each is also uniquely suited to aid you in your endeavor. With them at your side, you will want for nothing.
Well, then I'd best be on my way.
I knew our faith in you was not misplaced. We've booked you passage to Boston. Your ship leaves at dawn. Go forth, Hatham, and bring honor to us.
That guy's voice is familiar. Mission complete. Full sync. Okay, so we're playing as Hatham. And we're in the 1800s? It's not too bad. Can't blame them for wanting to sing, because it gets lonely out there.
Some fresh air might do me good.
The Providence is the ship that we're on. The Providence was one of many sailing ships in the British Merchant Navy, which basically means it was a trade ship rather than one meant for war. You'll notice it's carrying cannon, but those are mainly for protection against pirate or privateer vessels, or for turning the ship into a privateer vessel should this need arise. The ship was built in 1748 and made several trips a year between Britain and the North American colonies, with occasional visits to the West Indies. Sorry, the manifest doesn't indicate anything particularly interesting, mostly it carried staples like tea, molasses, and cloth. It's captained by its part owner, one Samuel Smith, who got something of a reputation among sailors for both cruelty to his crew and penny pinching on rations. Incidentally, that's not exactly a way to keep good sailors on board. The crew is probably both inexperienced and disgruntled. Ideally, you want an experienced crew who are hugely disgruntled. Although you likely don't know much about running an 18th century sailing vessel, odds are you won't notice a difference. Sea shanties are also commonly set to certain tasks in order to keep time. Yes. There is always the timekeeper shanties. Makes it more interesting though, instead of monotony. They're just sitting there staring at things. What is that? I can't talk to him yet. Okay. Think I can talk to him? Oh, I can. Never mind. Play a game. Oh, are these the betting games? I don't like betting games. Atlantic Ocean. Of course it did. Of course, crossing the Atlantic today is as easy as a plane ride, but it was much more difficult in colonial times, even though I imagine the tiny... okay, that's worded weird. The tiny food and cramped conditions and likelihood of sitting next to a fat man for many hours are pretty much the same. True. For European travelers, it was at best a 6-week voyage, but depending on delays, it could last months. Dangers included storms. Dangers included storms and their opposite being becalmed. Seasickness, food running short, and dying of boredom because they had nothing to do all day. For Africans captured into slavery, the Atlantic voyage was much worse, across the Middle Passage, usually to the Caribbean. The journey was just as long, but slaves were kept below decks and rarely allowed out in the fresh air, with the men usually in shackles. They were given only 1 meal a day, less if provisions ran low. Disease was rampant and mortality rates were high. I will never complain about being inappropriately touched by airport security again, though to be fair, we're now firm friends, and one was very gentle. Ah, his sense of humor is amazing. Nope. Hello?
Captain?
Mr. Kenway.
I just wanted to thank you again for taking me aboard, and apologize for any inconvenience it may have caused.
Inconvenience would be an understatement.
I'm sorry, I don't follow.
My ship was held in port for 2 days that we might accommodate you. I lost several contracts as a result.
I had no idea.
Of course not. You nobles are all the same.
Well, that ain't pitchy. So it's supposed to be peachy and bitchy at the same time. Of course, he is pitching a bitch, so... Douche canoe, yes, indeed he is. His whole entire crew seems like they're gonna be like that, though.
And then all will be well.
You sure about that?
Of course. Have I ever led you astray?
Nah. Though you don't sit right with the others.
Have faith, my friend. You'll see.
Well, well. Seems our esteemed guest has deigned to grace us with his presence. You might want to head back to your quarters. Top deck's no place for tender parnells.
So I thought. And yet here you be.
Fancy yourself a joker, eh?
His whole entire crew is
See how funny
douches.
you find this? That's enough, Graves. Stay out of this.
Alright.
Look at how he bumbles about. Pathetic. Come on, brother, dodge! Dodge!
Finish the hotty-dotty!
Anoint him with the oil of gladness!
Listen to this, Hector. Thinks he can swagger on up here and declare himself king of the castle.
Please, fellas, call this off. If the captain
To
sees us...
hell with the captain. And to hell with you, Mills. Whose side you on, anyway?
You really should stop your shit, people. Counters are my favorite way of fighting.
If you are,
This is unwise.
why is that? You think I'm afraid of you?
No. But you should be.
Come on. Seriously.
Do you yield?
Never!
He did indeed.
These odds.
Ah, countering a weapon now. Stop.
What's the meaning of this?
Captain,
Explain yourself at once, Mr. Kenway.
these thought we were simply passing the time with a bit of sport, Captain.
How about you pass the time by doing your goddamn jobs instead? I wasn't aware I was paying you to loll about. A word, please, Mr.
Of
Kenway.
course.
Oh, I nearly forgot. There's your knife back.
I think he might have accidentally missed his toes.
I don't care for you, Mr. Kenway. I've had nothing but trouble since you came aboard.
Your problems have nothing to do with me.
I beg your pardon?
You're a poor leader, ill-tempered and cruel, and it's clear your crew has no respect for you.
Look, I don't want to argue. In fact, I need a favor.
Oh, this is rich.
I suspect some of the men intend to mutiny.
Really? What a surprise.
As I cannot trust any of them, I am compelled to turn to you.
And why should I help you?
Because if they do intend to betray, I'm the only hope you have of reaching America alive. Well, what will it be?
If what you say is true, what other choice do I have?
Think.
But let me be clear. Should you ever dare to insult or threaten me again, I'll not hesitate but to cut off your head myself. Are we understood? Excellent. Good day.
Just made the captain my bitch. More or less. Wait, you know what? He can be a dick, but I'm gonna explore his cabin. Because what if they're shinies? I don't even know if that's a thing in this game. That looks like a comfy bed. I would have put my head on the side that was, you know, further up than my feet, but hey, what do you know? Some people like sleeping the other way. Yeah, it was wine. Apparently. Oh wait. I gotta. Okay, I can't climb that. I can climb this though. Oh, come on now. This one is the taller mast. All the way to the crow's nest. Stop running. Can I not go all the way up? Nope, that one's the taller one. Be damned. I am a little sad, though. They don't have the rocking. Grab the... Okay, don't grab. I guess that works too. Man, I'm glad that they have the sides on it. Shiny things are always a thing in AC games. Yes, they are. It gives some people motion sickness. Oh, did they actually put the sway in Black Flag? The masked sway?
Hello, sir.
Do you expect we'll have a pleasant crossing?
It is a quiet time of year, though rogue storms and troubled waters are not unheard of. But no need to fret. At worst, they'll prove an inconvenience. I'm more concerned about pirates and rogue privateers.
Have you encountered them before?
Aye. But the Providence is a strong ship, and her crew well trained. They will surely keep us safe.
Okay. I like how the I guess it would be captain? Or not captain, the pilot of the ship? I forget what the dude that steers the ship is actually called. I like how he's doesn't give two F's about what's going on, other than my ship needs to be steered. Helmsman, thank you. It was driving me nuts. Oh, it's getting to be just the sound of the wind. I like it. Can I go up any higher? Maybe. No. It does get the up and down, but it doesn't have the side to side in this one. I miss riding on boats and ships. I'm massively clumsy on dry land, but get me on a seafaring vessel and I have better balance than anybody in my family ever has had. I know it's kind of silly, but I think I was just born with permanent sea legs. The guys that I smacked around a little bit are all cowering on the floor like, oh, my ribcage hurts. Oh, can I? I can! My favorite part of the ship. Right here. Whenever we actually played World of Warcraft, I would get on the ship that would take you to the other continents, and I would try to get as close to the very edge of it as I could. I don't know. I just like not having anything in my view obstructed of the sea in front of me. Whee! I like how they have everything labeled and stuff too. That's really cool, actually. It makes sense. Have a whole bunch of have a whole bunch of ships, or have a whole bunch of things on one ship so that way you can get more things at once. But hey, at least we got some fresh air, got to move around a little bit. That is the only thing that bugs me in any video game, is that they write down on a page that is already full of ink. It's like, come on. You know that they actually flip the page in real life. Unless they was marking out ideas. Ah, day 28.
Mr. Kenway.
Captain?
Whatever they're up to, I believe it's coming to a head.
I'd best get to work.
It's not like we could do anything with just hearsay and suspicion, so... Limit health loss to under 10%. Sounds good. So long as countering works in this game.
He's cut our rations again. Claims we're not provisioned for such luxuries.
It's not right that we should feast on lamb and wine whilst we're stuck with
Pack of wide rule paper at the dollar store, yeah.
Someone needs to have words with
Parchment is expensive. This is true.
Turn him away. Then he must try again, with more force if need be.
But,
You're not having second thoughts, are you?
like I said, if he was marking out some notes that he was not sure were going to be right, it makes sense, but at the same time it's like, okay, clear it out. My nephew Deegan is watching us play, which I'm happy for, and he's pretending that he's on the ship
I
tonight.
have some questions for you. That's nice, but I ain't got time to gossip. Probably wouldn't have anything useful to share anyway. You want information? Try the cook or the doctor. Everyone's always chatting them up.
Well, could always talk to both. Aw, Malachi says hi, Deegan! Lewis Mills, okay. Lewis Mills is a deckhand originally from where we British somewhat optimistically call sunny Brighton. He's got his love of the sea from his father, who was also a sailor. He first took young Lewis to sea with him at the age of 10, sailing from London to Boston on a vessel named the Windward. As he grew older, Mills kept working as a merchant marine, traveling the world and gaining a reputation as a reliable and level-headed sailor. He joined the crew of Providence in 1752, staying with the captain and crew through a variety of hardships, though by 1755 he was thinking of moving on. Okay. There we go. This gotta be the butcher. Hello.
Won't be serving for another couple hours. Some biscuits in the barrel if you're desperate.
Actually, I've come with a question.
What's that?
Have any of the men been acting strange recently? Said anything that struck you as out of the ordinary?
The boys cry about the rations, as if there's anything I can do about it. But beyond that, I ain't heard much. My advice, go find James. His ears are always open.
And where might I find him?
Right behind you, actually. He's the one sitting on the barrel.
That works for me. It's gotta suck being an all-male crew sometimes. I'm gonna see about talking to the doctor too, though. Can I talk to the doctor? I guess I can't. Damn. Hello, James.
Are you James?
Aye.
Hatham Kenway. Pleased to meet you.
I know who you are.
I was hoping you could answer some questions.
I figured as much, but not here. Follow me. Oh, what do you want to know?
Have you seen or heard anything out of the ordinary since we left port? Anything that gives cause for concern?
Some of the men have been gathering at night on the upper deck. I've only caught bits of their conversations, so I couldn't say for certain what they're up to. But I suspect it bodes ill.
Is it a mutiny they're planning?
All I know is they've little love for the captain. Mills has been trying to talk them down, but there's only so much one man can do.
Thank you for the information.
I only wish to see us reach the colonies alive.
Well, that's foreboding, isn't it? Hey. It sounds... Nope. Sounds like a normal night on the sea. I was gonna say, it sounds kind of stormy, but not quite.
Evening, sir.
How are things?
Calm and quiet. Just the way I like it. What brings you topside?
Thought I'd wander a bit. Stretch my legs. That's all.
Take care where you tread. The deck hides all manner of danger in the dark.
What was that?
Somebody got dumped out? Oh.
Someone's throwing cargo overboard. But why?
Well then, that's not very good. Or very nice. That looks like a trail of barrels for somebody to follow.
He's a shifty fella. Won't hardly take his hat off. Keeps his face in too. So
Quiet! Here it comes. Make like you're working.
Excuse me?
Quite the basting you gave Graves and Quill.
Wasn't by choice.
Aye. Blockheads, the both of them. Where are my manners? Louis Mills. Pleased to meet you.
Hatham Kenway. So, should I be watching my back?
I think the boys learned their lesson. They're normally not so nasty. Honest, it's just the past few crossings have been a bit rough.
Oh?
Captain's trying to cut costs. Reduced rations, lower wages, more dangerous cargo. It's put the crew on edge.
Is there cause for concern, then?
Not if I can help it. But the captain needs to think about the way he treats his men.
He's got a point. Especially when you're on a small boat for a small ship. Small confined spaces for a very long time. Looks like it's gonna start getting foggy. Which, I mean, sea fog is always a thing.
He's a shifty fella. Won't hardly take his hat off. Keeps his face in the till, so we can't see him watching.
He's cut our rations again. Claims we're not provisioned for such luxuries.
It's not right that he should feast on lamb and wine, whilst we're stuck with tinned fish and biscuits.
Someone needs to have words with him.
Mills tried. Captain turned him away.
Then he must try again, with more force if need be.
Analyzing crate. Well, barrel. That's definitely a trail for somebody to follow.
Curious. Most curious.
Owie. I don't think there's anything much I can do about it at the moment. Ouch. Stab people, that always fixes it in AC. No. Not always. Molokai. Sometimes stabbing people makes it worse. Mister, I'll kill all the guards in the town and be forever wanted no matter what I do.
Any news? Each night it's the same. I scout one area, and they drop the painted barrels from another. I'm going to need to recruit an extra pair of eyes. Maybe James or Mills.
Why are they doing this?
Near as I can tell, the barrels serve as markers. They're leaving a trail. My fear is it's only a matter of time before whoever's following it.
Ship sighted aft! She's making ready to fire!
Beat to quarters, men! Ready the... Brace! Everybody down! A warning shot! Seems they don't mean to sink us, but board us instead! Man the cannons! Make ready to fight! I want you below decks!
Why? Let me help you secure the ship.
Do you know how to rig a sail? To load a cannon? To wage war at sea? I didn't think so. Now return to your cabin, or do I need to have you escorted?
He's got a point. You'll get in the way of everyone.
Secure the hatch!
Haytham.
Have you been topside? A ship's appeared and means to board us. It's strange. There's no sign of mutiny aboard. Doesn't make sense.
Ah, but it does.
What do you mean?
Did you think you could escape from London so easily after what you did at the opera? That we wouldn't notice? That we wouldn't follow?
So that's
Templar.
what this is about.
Surrender, and I will see that you are treated with honor.
Templars.
If you wish to treat me with honor, give me a sword.
Are you sure this is how you want to play it?
Decently weighted, I guess. Pirate fight! Okay, I'm horrible with swords. Sorry, Mills. I wasn't trying to play with him, I was trying to figure out how to kill him.
I did as you asked. Only Mills was there waiting for me. He's the one that drew that ship here. There was no mutiny, only him.
What do they want?
Me.
Then they can have you.
Is that so?
They'll catch us anyway. There's nothing to be done.
I can think of something.
You wish us to sail into the storm?
It's our only chance.
I won't do it.
Then I will.
All right. All right.
Oh, goodness. I don't know, storms on ships are fun.
We need those ropes secured!
I know, right?
Arm yourself. I'll fix your sail for you.
Alright, which sail is it? Okay. Get down.
Get off the rigging! Secure that tackle!
Tighten the binding!
Batten down the hatches! We need more speed! Loose the sails! Hate them! You take the foremast! James, to the mainmast with you! Secure that tackle!
Oh, up. Okay. Be easier if I was on the other side of it. Can I go around? No. Okay. But I can get up right here. That's fine. Just being a little bit slow. Right. And grab. We lost the sail.
Hurry! I can't hold on much longer!
I'm coming, dude. I'm coming. Hold on. Gotcha.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Waiting for the other ship to fall. And there it goes. They got hit harder than we did with the lightning. I forgot I'm out of water. I'm gonna have to go get that in a minute. Yay! Should have known that Mills was probably somebody else. I mean, he was the only one wearing a red bandana around his neck. Oh no, ration biscuits. Hardtack. Ugh. I mean, if you chew it long enough, at least it's semi-tasteable. So if you can chew it. Poor guys. Right? Nothing better than to dry out every drop of water in your body.
Make ready for our arrival, men!
Arrival? I see no land, only this interminable fog.
The gulls tell us all we need to know. Climb into the crow's nest and you'll see.
Mm-hmm. He's a good captain. He's just a dick. A spineless dick. Besides, the fog's only at, deck level anyway. It's sea fog. It's always really bad close to land. Always. Especially if it's first thing in the morning, which it kinda looks like it is. Or later in the evening. Sun up or sundown. Sorry, not 1800s, 1700s. We're getting closer to modern day, at least.
Master Kenway! Master Kenway!
Yes, may I help you?
Charles Lee, sir. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I've been asked to introduce you to the city, help you settle in. Oh, no need, sir. I've arranged for your bags to be delivered to the inn.
Okay.
Are you by any chance John and Isabella's son?
Hold on. Charles Lee. Charles Lee was a British soldier who went on to be a major figure in the Revolutionary War. Lee's father was colonel in the British Army and started his son off in a military career early. He was sent to a military academy in Switzerland during his formative years, and then in 1746 Lee became an ensign in his father's regiment. Lee was sent to the colonies in 1755 to fight in the French and Indian War. He served under Edward Braddock and then later at Fort Ticonderoga, where he was injured in the fighting. Lee recovered and later fought at Fort Niagara. I always thought there were a lot of fort fights fought. He finished his time in the colonies with the British conquest of Montreal. Lee returned to England in 1760, possibly because he was seeking career advancement. He was named a major in 1761 and was sent to fight the Spanish in Portugal. And though his service record there was good, Lee didn't receive praise on his return home. In fact, he was retired from the army at half pay. After that, Lee became a vocal critic of military higher-ups and the British Prime Minister, and found that his military career had inexplicably completely stalled. Wonder what he did to piss him off.
one and the same.
Your commission is with Edward Braddock, is it not?
Aye. But he's yet to reach America, and I figured I might... Well, at least until he arrives, I thought...
Yes? Out with it.
Forgive me, sir. I had hoped that I might study under you.
Hello,
If I am to
sir.
serve the Order, I can imagine no better mentor than yourself.
Kind of you to say, but I think you overestimate me.
Impossible, sir. This way.
Thief! Someone stop him!
Ah, British soldiers. British regulars. I don't think we need to read about the British regulars. I'm pretty sure we're all pretty brushed in
Boston's
history
quite a
on that,
lively city.
at least.
There's all manner of things to see and do. Once you've settled in, I suggest you take some time to walk the streets. Who knows what opportunities you might discover.
Hold a moment. Need to fetch a few things before we get to work.
I'll arrange for horses while you do that.
Alright. Oh. This is the map. Okay. Well, shit.
Price of meat, now represented in America by Lang & Associates.
Oh, look at the poppers. Hi, poppers. Alright, kiddos.
Devil's going on now.
Oh.
Get back here with that, you rogue!
What? It's one of the meeting places of the Sons of Liberty. The attraction of this particular tavern may have been the library, which included many anti-British books, or it might have been its reputation as the finest punch house in Boston, or might even have been its location, which was right down the street from the old State House, where the legislature met and where the Boston Massacre occurred, or it might have been Darts Night. While I'd love to use facts that the Patriots meant taverns to imply all kinds of things about them, I should point out that taverns were places to do business as well as drink, and that alcohol was viewed as, more or less, the cure for all ills. You're waiting for a punchline, but that's actually true. Those are the kind of doctor's orders I crave. It's true, back then. Oh, go have this alcohol, it'll help. It's Kitty! Kitty! I am going to find all of the animals and pet them or have them pet me. No joke here. Hello? No, no thank you. I'm not a fan of the games.
Damn sprigs. This accursed city will be the death of me.
You seem troubled, friend.
That's because I am. Greatly so, in fact.
What's happened?
I was robbed. The old Balkan file. Though I've managed to restore what's mine, I fear it's ruined.
You mean the book?
This is no ordinary book. It's an almanac. The first I ever wrote. Benjamin Franklin, pleased to meet you.
Hatham Kenway.
You must be new to Boston.
Why do you say that?
You're still possessed of virtue. To stop and help an old lout like myself. I don't mean to impose, but you seem a spry fellow. Should you happen to find my missing pages, I'll reward you.
Look, I'm not sure if I...
It's all right, all right. If you have the time, hurrah! If not, no harm done. The thing is useless in its current state anyway. But should you somehow manage to restore it, you'll find me inside that general store over there.
Well, that was interesting.
Okay. Well, now we get to go look for pages of books now. We all know Benjamin Franklin. I don't think I have to read that. What are you?
To reduce strife between their people and
Thank you.
Furniture, shutters, paneling, wooden tiles, and more.
Ah, here we are. Hello, puppers. Hello, puppers. I don't know which one I'm petting right now. Hello, kitty. There we go. Yeah.
I'm deeply sorry.
That was fun. I didn't fall off this time. Hello, puppers. None of the pedestrians active, rubbing dog crap off their shoes. Yeah. Probably because they're actually getting horse crap off their shoes. Please tell me that there are viewpoints in this game. Hidden trophy to pet 5 dogs? I can do that. Old North Meeting House. I'm just gonna... Hello, puppers. Come back. Where do you go? Come back to me, puppy. There we go. Sometimes just petting a dog can calm it right down. I won't quote you on anything, but that would be cool if it was. Okay, seriously, how the far away is this dude?
Why not take a lobster home to the missus?
Okay, now I feel like a complete total idiot because I think I was just running towards the white arrow for no reason. Yeah. I was running toward north. I was running towards the north. Hardy har. Ass hats. In all of the other Assassin's Creed games.
We've been at it a month
Or at least in all the other games that I remember playing, had a directional arrow being like, this is how you get to your next area. Get down. Glad I'm not the only one, at least. Would you? At least there's still these connecting lines here. I'm not doing anything. The controls in this game are so touchy. Well, I went ahead and got completely soaked. I don't think he's much of a cat person. Oh, shit. Did not know I was not supposed to go through there. I didn't kill them, I just knocked them out.
Thank you.
The Boston Country Journal. 1 penny goes a long way.
Thank you.
I have everything you need from nature's garden.
Hi. Connor controls easier, I take it.
Thank you.
Puppy? Good puppy. Yeah, he moves like super lithely. Feels like he should move more like Altair did. Altair was stiff and kind of heavy feeling whenever I was playing. Whenever I was playing as him. Hold on a second. It set a marker completely at the end of nowhere for no reason.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I got the letters delivered. Now I need to go into the general store.
Is it neighbor?
I was gonna try to kick a chicken. Oh, cool, you can feed them. Okay, I won't kick the chickens, I'll feed the chickens. What? Wrong door, I guess? Chicken? No, I can't kick a chicken. I could feed the chickens.
What do you need, my friend?
I don't know, but I got some money. What am I buying? I guess I'm buying a gun and a flint, or a sword and a flintlock pistol. I get to ride horsey? Cool. No, I don't like to pickpocket. I always have way too much trouble with pickpocketing.
We ride for the Green Dragon Tavern. The proprietors are eccentric, but the rooms are spacious and they do not pry.
Have you been told why it is I've come to Boston?
No, Master Birch said I should know only as much as you saw fit to share. He sent me a list of names and bade me ensure you could find them.
And have you had any luck with that?
Aye. William Johnson waits for us at the Green Dragon.
How well do you know him?
Not well, but he saw the order's mark and did not hesitate to come.
Prove yourself loyal to our cause, and you may yet know our plans as well.
I should like nothing more, sir.
I love the horses. Whoop. How do I get off at the horse? Really? Which one are you? Missy, of course. Charles Lee. The dude that I made friends with? Hold on, I want to see if I can do something with the piggy. Here's some feed. Cool. I can feed the barn animals. Horsey! Horsey, you need to come back over here. Good enough. Whose presents? Ooh, ooh, paper, paper, paper. Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
Now that is a fit physical specimen.
Why, thank you, ma'am. I'm glad you enjoyed the view.
My father insisted.
You lying, cheating, no good son of a bitch.
Perhaps we've come at a bad time.
Oh, don't be foolish, dearies. Please, sit. Fancy something to eat? A drink, perhaps? Or is it a bed you require?
We've already let rooms here.
Oh, yes. Of course. Masters Lee and Kenway, was it? I'll have your bags brought up. Do you require anything further?
Only privacy.
I like how they say privacy and well, how he says privacy in this game. And as far as her calling people names and stuff, that's just the Irish. That's just her being Irish.
Sir, William Johnson.
A pleasure. A good lad, if a bit earnest. I'm told you're putting together an expedition.
We believe there's a precursor site in the region. I require your knowledge of the land and its people to find it.
Sadly, my research has been stolen. Without it, I'm of no use to you.
Then we'll find it. Do you have any leads?
My associate, Thomas Hickey, has been making the rounds. He's quite good at loosening tongues.
Well, tell me where I can find him. I'll see if I can't speed things up.
We've heard rumors of bandits operating from a compound southwest of here. You'll likely find him there.
Charles?
Sir.
Very British.
We'd best be off.
Of course.
Have a kitty. You say hi, kitty kitty. This little shit right here does not have a cone on anymore. She's good. But she keeps knocking the controller out of my hand. She's like, no, Mom, your hands belong on me. And then obviously we got Morrigan up here. Camera's backwards. So. Silly cat. Okay, so. I could talk more to you.
Tell me about yourself, William.
What's to tell? I was born in Ireland to Catholic parents, which I learnt early in life severely limited my opportunities. So I converted to Protestantism and journeyed here at the behest of my uncle. But I fear my Uncle Peter was not the swiftest of men. He sought to open trade with the Conyan Gahaga, but chose to build his settlement away from the trade routes instead of on them. I tried to reason with the man, but, as I said, not the swiftest. So, I took what little money I'd earned and bought my own little plot of land. I built a home, a farm, a store, and a mill. Humble beginnings, but well situated, which made all the difference.
So this is how you came to know the Mohawk?
Indeed, and it has proved a valuable relationship.
But still no mention from your contacts of the precursor site? No hidden temple or ancient constructs?
Yes and no. Which is to say, they had their fair share of sacred sites. Earthen mounds, forest clearings, hidden caves, but nothing matching what you describe. No strange metals, no odd glows.
It is well hidden.
Even to them, it seems. But cheer up, my friend. You'll have your precursor treasure. I swear it.
To our success, then.
And soon.
What else is it wanting me to talk to him about? Okay, but if we're gonna talk to him, let's make sure we can actually freaking see him. And not be up in his... It's gonna do it anyway.
Should not be much longer.
Okay. Cat, if you're going to do this, you need to get off of me lap. I blame the game. Too many accents. Wait. There's always shinies in Assassin's Creed games. Could you not? I don't want you cleaning yourself on my lap. Need to lay down or get down? Stop. Hello, Peppers. Okay, so who are you?
Thomas Hickey?
Who's asking?
Haytham Kenway.
Is that supposed to mean something?
Show some respect, boy. Peace, Charles. William Johnson sent us in the hopes we might expedite your search.
Don't need no expediting. Don't need none of your fancy London speak neither. I found the men that done the theft.
Then why are you just lazing around?
Figuring out how to deal with those varlets.
I have an idea.
Well, let's hear it.
I'll kill the lookout. Take up a position behind the guards. You two approach from the front. When I open fire on the group, you charge in. About the element of surprise on our side. Half will fall before they've even realized what's happened.
Oh, I guess that's who I'm targeting right now.
Get into position. But wait for me to take the first shot.
Yep, varlets.
You two, clear off.
Go on now, before you make us mad. Go on now, before you make us mad.
Okay.
You two, clear
How
off.
do I...
You two, clear off.
before you make us mad.
Okay. I was trying to shoot the other guys.
So much for the element of surprise.
Reinforcements!
Oi! Ape them! Shoot them before they reach us!
You have their musket, and you will have to reload.
Counter time is different. Well, we ran him off anyway.
Fall back!
I couldn't figure out how to use the gun. It was like you have it in your hand, but you can't aim it at anybody.
Blow the door with those. Go on, shoot them. On with the show then.
Okay. So... I'm an idiot, and Y is shoot all the time in this game, apparently.
Guess they wasn't so safe inside after all.
Save your looting for after we found Johnson's research.
Yes, master. Lay down your weapons, and I'll consider letting you live.
I make you the same offer. We've no quarrel. I only wish to return this chest to its rightful owner.
Nothing rightful about Mr. Johnson.
I won't ask again.
Agreed.
Alright, so, this battle system's gonna take a little getting used to.
Your kind has no need for books and maps. Who put you up to this?
Never seen a person. It's always been dead drops and letters. But they always pay, so we do the jobs.
Well, those days are done.
Don't know.
Tell your masters I said as much.
Who should I say you are?
You don't? They'll know.
Apham, this one's got some shot on him. You might want to be grabbing it on account of your pistol being parched.
A shame so many had to die.
Aye, back to the Green Dragon then. I need a drink.
Loot all of the things. Something. I have no idea.
Don't let go of the chest, Charles. We'll take care of this rabble.
Or, you know...
Stop them, Thomas! A little help, please.
Did you just grab the chest?
Them bodies is sure to have loot on them. Would be a shame to let it all go to waste.
Are you mad? In case you've forgotten, we're in the midst of something.
Aw, why's you always gotta go and spoil the sport?
This is gonna be an ambush. He went running instead of attacking. Ah! What firearms? Where? Unless these guys dropped firearms. That's a shovel. Get down, you idiot. Or, you know, you can... But a headshot.
Come on now. It's just a few fools with knives. They ain't so tough.
It's not the scoundrels I'm concerned with.
Alright. Oh look, there's goatees. Hello, goatee. So much easier counter. Oh, through the face. Hey. Sorry, horsey. I'm gonna use you as cover for a minute. I missed him. Ah. I was hoping the computer wasn't as good of a lead as that, but that's okay. Would you please back up? Oh great, I need to loot.
That seems to be the last of them.
Oi! Mr. Johnson's gonna need to double my pay after all this if he expects me to keep at his side.
Shit, this cat's more of a rumble pack than my controller is.
My thanks, Master Kenway. Now, tell me what it is you'll need.
The images on this amulet, are they familiar to you? Perhaps one of the tribes has shown you something similar.
It appears Kanyan Gahaga in origin.
Can you trace it to a specific location? I need to know where it came from.
With my research returned, perhaps. Let me see what I can do. Thomas!
What?
Rent yourself a room. And a bath as well. I suspect we'll be here for a while.
The look on his face. I have to take a bath? Okay, but it's not horrible. Okay, I have a question for this game. Hold on. I'm gonna try something. I can leave the Animus. Gotta check them emails.
What are you working on?
Lots of different stuff. If you're going into the field, we need a way to keep tabs on you and stay in touch. Hacking into local security systems won't cut it.
Thanks.
For what?
I don't know. Everything. You've sacrificed a lot for me. You and Sean both. I mean, you upgraded the Animus, you helped train me, pulled me out of that coma. You put all that work into the database and helped me solve Clay's puzzles. I know I haven't been the easiest person to work with, and I'm sorry for that. I just want you to know that even if I'm shitty at showing it, I appreciate everything you've done.
You really think we'll finally get some answers down here?
Maybe. Talking to the first Civ has always been a pain in the ass, though.
Imagine what it must be like for them.
What do you mean?
They've been separated from us by tens of thousands of years. A completely different language and culture. Possessed of an intelligence vastly superior to our own. We're lucky they've communicated as much as they have.
I don't know why they had to make this all so complicated. I mean, if they need something from me, they should just come out and say it.
I've been wondering about that myself. I get the sense Juno and Minerva didn't exactly see eye to eye. I'm studying everything I can get my hands on, but maybe you'll find something down here that can shed light on the mystery. What happened between them, and why?
What do you think's behind that door?
No idea.
Do you think it can save us?
The first Civ seemed to think so.
What if it's dangerous?
It's not like we have a lot of alternatives.
Well, we could... I don't know, warn the president?
And what's he gonna do? Who's to say he isn't in bed with Abstergo? Seems everyone is these days.
What if we went to them? To Abstergo, I mean.
I thought about it, actually. Showing them what we've seen, trying to work together. They must know so much more than we do, but...
What is it?
It's possible they know exactly what's going to happen. That they want it to happen. I mean, for all we know, they're hiding out in bunkers right now, waiting for the world to end. And then, when it's all over, out they come. Ready to take control.
God, I hope you're wrong.
So do I, Rebecca. So do I.
Alright, I should be getting back to work.
Shouldn't one of these computers be mine? So I can check my emails. I don't want to get back in that just yet. Where is Sean? Okay, well I can't go that way for anything. At least not yet. I have a funny feeling that I'm gonna have to do some sort of time trial BS over here later. The ancients like their time trial baloney.
Yes? Just thought I'd, say hi.
You have more important things to do right now.
Jesus, Dad.
What? What do you want me to say?
I don't know. Hi, son. How are you? What have you been up to?
I know what you've been up to. Nothing. You wasted away in some shitty apartment with a pointless job, while the rest of us were out there fighting to make a difference.
You are such an asshole. Are you thinking about hitting me again? Because this time, I will hit back.
Let's just get back to work, okay?
Dad's a dick. Alright. That's good to know. Okay, that's not a door that's open yet. Alright. Oh, babe, on your way back in, can you grab me another bottle of water? Your way back in is fine. I didn't mean right now. But yeah, I have a feeling that this is just one giant machine that we're gonna have to do a really long time trial on. Eventually. Thank you, love. I didn't mean right then. I meant after you get done with what you were doing. I know.
Would you look at that?
What is it?
If I had to guess, I would say it's a counter. And judging from the iconography, I think it's safe to say when that's emptied, the end begins.
I mean, that makes sense.
Honest answer, please, Desmond. Do you think we're getting out of this alive?
I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty tall order. If the first Civ couldn't save the world, how the hell are we supposed to swing it?
We have some time.
We have less than 2 months. They had decades and a lot more resources. And the worst part is we knew this was coming for, what, hundreds of years?
History repeats, it seems. The first Civ was so busy with their war against us, no one even noticed what was happening. We get advance warning and then fall to fighting with the Templars. Lovely.
Hopefully, whatever's behind that door will make a difference.
And if it doesn't, well, at least we tried.
That is true. At least we tried to do something.
Back to work I go. You should consider doing the same.
Okay, maybe I can access the emails from the Animus? I'm confused. I have emails that I need to check, but I can't check them? I got one! Somehow I just caught that Animus page, or the Almanac page. Oregon. How long have we been playing? Okay, that makes sense.
I'll let you know as soon as I have something.
His voice sounds familiar too.
Evening, gentlemen.
Charming.
Oh, peace, Charles. He'll grow on you.
Oi! Catherine, you fussock! Get back here! Taddy needs a drink.
How fares the search?
Maths and maps are not cutting it.
What of your local contacts?
We'll need to earn their trust before they'll share what they know.
I have an idea on how we might be affecting that. There's a man who's taken to enslaving natives. Rescue them, and they'll owe us.
Do you know where they're being held?
Afraid not.
Benjamin Church will. He's a finder and a fixer. He's also on your list.
And there I was, wondering whom I might solicit next. Well done.
I don't know, those eyebrows and that mustache make that guy look a little bit untrustworthy? The guy that was so... No, thank you. Guy that we met right off the ship, I can't remember his name. I'm horrible at names. That guy. Kitty cat. We have been sitting still for 2.5 hours. I gotta move. Hi. I have cat loaf.
Wonderful.
Your belly looks amazing. Kitty. That side.
Charles?
Sir?
The look on his face was just like, why did you just break the door?
Seems like we're not the only ones looking for Mr. Church.
Damn it, he could be anywhere. What do we do?
We find him. Come. I'll show you how.
We've got the guy's face. While hidden.
Should we write his family, do you think?
Not our business to meddle, even if we've the best of intentions.
But if you could have seen it, they were surely drunk carrying on like that, and during the day, no less.
The Boston Weekly Advertiser! Get it here!
Well, let me move.
Scandalous behavior from one who aims to be a surgeon. Not likely if he keeps up such carousing.
Truly a shameful display. Benjamin's parents would be mortified.
Perhaps I should send someone to retrieve him before he damages his reputation beyond repair.
They stumbled off to the northeast, no doubt in search of a tavern or some other place of ill repute.
Start questioning those on the street. I'm headed for higher ground.
Always at your service!
Finally, there's some high ground. Well, what I guess could be considered high ground here. There we go. Oh! The church is over there.
Oh, maybe I'd
Get down off of that. Okay. Oh, well, I mean, that's one way to do that, I guess. The buildings are getting more and more modern, and it's just like, some of this looks familiar to nowadays. And it's a little weird, but I kinda like it.
Time to take a listen. With luck, one of those people knows what became of Benjamin.
Where the hell's the haystack? There it is. He is too graceful for all the clothing he's wearing.
they all plead ignorance.
Bugger that! They're lying!
Aye. Well, what can I do? Threats light off them and I'll not deign to grovel.
Actions speak louder than words, my friend. Arrest one and put him in stocks. See if he's so glib then.
To do so without cause will set them singing songs about us. Last thing the city needs is town criers complaining about our abuse of authority.
And forget it. The crime is done. The killer's gone. Those who know won't share their secrets. If the city wishes to harbor scoundrels, let them pay the price for it.
Oops, excuse me. Sorry. Okay. I guess it was a fast cut through. I didn't know that it was gonna make me automatically run through the house.
So is this church? But one way or another, the debt would be settled. I don't envy the man. He's grim times ahead.
Well, what do you think they're planning?
All I know is
Probably looking for a nice, quiet place to do the deed. From what I hear tell, his work usually involves quite a bit of screaming.
which reminds me, we'd best not buy any meat tomorrow.
Good call, that.
Oh look, there's another eagle viewpoint over here, too. Maybe I should get this first. Hold on. Sync point, viewpoint. Such tall places. This. Although they're not nearly as tall. Scooch, eagle, thank you. They're not nearly as tall as they could be.
I asked if I could help, and they waved me away. Insisted it was all under control. How odd. Did they say what had happened? No. Only that it was a trifling matter, and he'd be returned home soon. There was some blood, though, so I wonder if it wasn't more serious than they let on. Where were they taking him? Towards the hilltop. Perhaps there's a doctor at the fort.
There was a peer of such blandishments. Bent upon the pomegranate.
I like how he sits down and waits for
See,
us.
Charles? We'll have church in no time, just as I said we would.
If I might ask, sir, where did you learn to do all this?
It is a requirement when you are raised in the manner that I was.
Yeah, requirements and
Perception is fundamental to the order.
understatement.
It guides the feet when running and climbing, informs the hands when striking and fighting. But most importantly, it transforms the senses, and we begin to know the world in a different way.
This is true. Okay. He does. He grabs his sword every once in a while. Okay. Especially when we're walking past guards.
Careful. The place is well guarded. We need to slip past them.
Shelter and Tweed Undertakers. Count on them to provide the full range of peaceful, dignified services. We are clearing the path.
Nope.
Word arrived from France that the Baron de Montesquieu...
Oh, we fucked that pooch, didn't we? Damn it. Kinda like that I can call him over.
Intruder! What, where?
Locked. I'll have to find the key. Wait here.
This one looks like he would be the best bet because he's by himself.
Get down, madman!
he was different. He was Grenadier. Okay, I guess we got rid of enough of them.
Here we are then.
Why must you always make these things so difficult, Benjamin? Merely provide me with recompense, and all shall be forgiven.
I'll not pay for protection I don't need.
Clearly, you do require protection. Else we wouldn't be here. How very gauche. Now, what shall we do about our guest?
Maybe I'll take his hands. Put an end to his surgery. Maybe I'll take his tongue. Put an end to his waggling. Or maybe I'll take his cock. Put an end to his fucking us.
So many options. I can't possibly decide. Take all three.
No, hold a moment. Perhaps I was hasty in refusing you earlier.
I'm so very sorry, Benjamin. But that door has closed.
Be reasonable, Silas.
I rather think I was. But you took advantage of my generosity. I won't be made a fool a second time. I fear I lack the constitution to bear witness to such barbarism. Come find me when you're finished, Cutter.
You'll regret this, Silas. Do you hear me? I'll have your head.
No. I rather think you won't.
You'll get lucky and pass out. Though I dare say I'll do my best to ensure that.
Oh, wait.
Just a quick little swipe and no more is. How's that sound, Mr. Church?
At least I'll be spared more of your name. Your parents must be so very proud to have raised a specimen like yourself.
Quiet now. I need to concentrate on new work. A little bit from here, a little bit from there. Make myself a nice keepsake, I will.
You're absolutely...
You son of a bitch!
A little bit from here, a little bit from there. Make myself a nice keepsake, I will.
You're absolutely mad.
Just like all good artists. Just a quick little...
Just do it. I'm not even gonna finish fighting.
Maybe you'll get lucky and pass out. Though I dare say I'll do my best to ensure that doesn't happen.
I remember Molokai doing this like 8 times.
From there, myself a nice keepsake. You're absolutely mad. Just like all good artists. Just a quick little swipe and no more is. How's that sound, Mr.
How about no? Distance attack seemed to work better for him.
Who are you?
Hatham Kenway, at your service.
I don't understand. Why are you here?
Walk with me, Mr. Church, and all will be explained.
Yeah, Molokai ended up having to do that quest 5 or 6 times. A little. Excuse you! So sorry, my standing in your way pissed you off. You know, instead of just going around me. He stitched up his nose.
Johnson's told me what you intend.
He looks much better.
As it happens, the man who held me is the same one that you seek. His name is Silas Thatcher.
That fancy lad is our slaver?
Don't let his velvet tongue deceive you. A crueler and more vicious creature I've never known.
What can you tell me of his operation?
He hosts at least 100 men, more than half of whom are redcoats.
All this for some slaves?
Hardly. The man's a commander in the King's troop, in charge of the Southgate Fort.
We need to find a way inside. Let me think on it. In the meantime, I'll attend to our final recruit.
John Pitcairn's our man. I'll take you to him.
So solicitous and helpful. Why do I get a bad vibe from him? Seriously. He just looks like somebody that's hiding something, I guess.
State your business.
New recruit.
More kindling for the pyre, eh? Well, go on then.
How'd you manage that?
Did you forget, sir? My commission is with General Braddock. When I'm not attending to you, of course.
We look like some sort of dandy coming in here wanting to...
Pitcairn, you fool! Your acts are treacherous. Give me one good reason I shouldn't kill you right now. Were you planning to announce yourself, or did you hope my men wouldn't notice your arrival?
If you'll allow me to explain.
By all means. I should like very much to hear this.
I have not deserted, sir. I am here under Commander Amherst's orders.
Show me a letter bearing his seal, and you might be spared the gallows.
I have no such thing. The nature of my work, sir,
It's the sort of thing best not put to paper.
Hatham.
General Braddock?
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Wolves often travel in packs.
Master Pitcairn won't be here for but a few weeks. I shall return him to his proper post once our work is finished.
The devil's work, no doubt. It's bad enough my superiors have insisted I grant you use of Charles. But they've said nothing about this traitor. You'll not have him.
Edward, listen to reason.
We're done here. See these gentlemen out.
Oh boy.
Well, that didn't go as I expected.
And to think I used to call him brother.
What now? They'll chase us off if we try and return.
We're done with this camp. As luck would have it, so are they. Come along.
What are you planning?
To steal Master Pitcairn.
What?
You'll see. Now, when I give the signal, you're to distract Braddock's patrol and lure them into a
Braddock's a bit of a cock too. Yeah, I mean they all seem to be a little bit dickish.
Marlborough? No. Its residents are too content. They hope. What of Lynn or Ship Street? Yes. Those fresh arrived are often soon in dire straits. They're more likely to seize upon an opportunity to fatten their purses and feed their young.
having to learn how to lend in this game. Braddock just doesn't like his soldiers getting taken away from him, I think is what's wrong with him.
Now!
What are we doing?
Oi! You thieves and scoundrels, one and all! Fire on you and your false war!
Oh no, he actually did throw a horse dung at him.
After him!
It looks like I'm rolling my eyes and being like, that was not what I wanted you to do. Okay. Oops, sorry.
Unhand him, Edward.
You again.
Let us go. And John Pitcairn with us.
I will not have my authority challenged.
Nor I.
Put them all in chains.
Great power comes great corruption. Alright, hold on.
Oh, hell. I'm going to need help.
I think I got tired of him.
I stayed my hand today because you were once my brother, and a better man than this. Or should our paths ever cross again, all debts will be forgotten. You're free now, John.
Traitor! Go on then. Join them on their fool's errand. And when you find yourself lying...
I assume you've good reason for causing all this madness. What is it you require of me?
I'll explain everything on the way.
Yeah, I didn't know that there was a snitch. I didn't see him. I think it just says new email whenever you need to talk to people. No, I do have an actual thing. Okay. Hey, Sean Hastings, Hatham's Amulet. So I suppose Hatham's Amulet is technically a piece of Eden. It's not particularly exciting. It functions as a key, and well, that's about it. No, I know, we're all used to these things being incredibly powerful and thus rather dangerous, but this one is neither. Is it weird I'm disappointed? That said, it's still critical to our mission, so I suppose that counts for something. Oh, excuse me. Balls. Got a visitor down here. It's Juno. She's been appearing out every now and then. Sort of flits through the air, reminds us to guard you well, find the key, blah blah, and then poof, disappears. At first we thought it was just another holographic recording, but then your father called her some rather choice words, and she glared at him. Honest. Swiveled those eyes in his directions and frowned. Creeped me out. I don't know if she's reaching out to us from the past or if some part of her is actually still conscious, or if maybe she's inside the apple like some evil genie. Whatever it is, gives me the creeps. And on that note, happy Halloween! Oh, it is Halloween. I'm reading these backwards. My bad. The mission from his father. I know it's easy to get distracted while inside the Animus, but I'm hoping everyone can stay focused here. We need to find the key as soon as possible. Oh, excuse me. Also, do not go exploring the temple without first clearing it with me, and carry your headsets with you at all times. Can't afford to lose anyone because curiosity got the better of them. We're short-handed as is. Nice job there, Dad. Databass. Databass? Bass. Alright. First of all, welcome back. It's good to see you fully recovered. Can't imagine what it was like for you trapped in there. If you ever want to chat about it, you just let me know. Anyway, you'll find the database essentially unchanged aside from a few cosmetic upgrades. As before, you'll receive a notification when I've added a new entry. Stop with the yawning because of reading. I'll also let you know if any of the entries are updated, as is often the case when dealing with these conspiratorial ancestors of yours. Patch notes. Hey, I had a little bit of downtime while you were gone, so I figured I'd do what I could to upgrade the operating system. It's actually been ready for a little while now, but with the Animus in safe mode, I wasn't about to try an installation. Things I did, actually it should be we, since I had a few people in the other cells chip in. Modification to the targeting system. You should be able to move in and out of combat more easily. Free running improvements. Whoops. You're less likely to jump at the wrong time or in the wrong direction. Only one input for interacting with the world, no more choosing between parts of your ancestor's body. You can assassinate while moving now. Definitely try it out ASAP. You can pick up weapons on the go as well. We implemented a weather system. Rain, snow, wind. It's all there. Animals! Enough said. Yes, exactly. Animals. Faster fast travel. Just open your map and you can instantly travel to any unlocked fast travel station. Revamped the map. It now provides lots of additional information and you get more control over what it shows. There's a ton of other stuff but your daddy's yelling at me to get back to work, so I better wrap this up. I'll hit you up on the other side as you come across new features. Okay.
Sorry, Desmond. A little busy right now. Let's talk later.
Stop wasting time.
Well, you're a dick.
I'm working right now. All the visual clues are here, which means no time for chit-chat, okay? Sorry.
Hey, it is a snake eating its own tail in this as well. I wonder, what is this going to show? I like how Juno's never present whenever I'm here, though. It's actually kind of funny. So I just, like, sit on this piece of obsidian and have my ass go numb? Because that's literally all there is. That sucks. Alright. But on that note, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it for the night. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I keep yawning. It's either because I'm tired or I don't know what. But I will see you guys tomorrow for some more gameage of some sort. I'm gonna try to sleep like a normal person tonight. no promises, but thank you all for coming out, and I will see you guys tomorrow. You're awesome. Do that awesome thing you do and stay yourselves. Have a good night and get some rest. Bye, guys. Bye.